Hi everyone, it's Elizabeth here, and today I want to talk about sunk costs. Sunk costs are a talking point at exec boards across the country and around the world. But first, let me explain what I mean by a sunk cost. Sunk costs, like sinking a ship, sunk, relate to money that you have already spent that cannot be recovered. So let's say you're halfway through a project, you've spent half of the budget, and the project is not quite aligned to the strategic goals anymore because the direction of the company is changing. The sunk costs are half the project budget, it's been spent. You will never get that money back. There then needs to be a discussion. Does this project continue or not? Is the project still viable or not? People start to look at the amount of money invested in a project as part of the decision-making criteria for whether or not a project should continue. So in our example, we're looking at a project, it's been running 50% of the time. It's no longer strategically aligned to where the business wants to go. Let's assume that it's a very small piece of work. We've hardly spent any money on it. The decision's going to be easy. Let's stop this and we'll focus on projects that really do add benefit to our business. We're looking at portfolio management approach. We're wanting to make sure that the projects that we are investing our time and money in are actually the ones that will help us get towards our strategic goals, drive our vision, increase customer satisfaction, whatever your strategy is. But when you're starting to talk about large volumes of money that has already been spent, executives start to think, now we will be wasting, in inverted commas, all that money if we cannot get anything out of this project. So maybe we should continue this project that doesn't really achieve anything that helps us with our goals because we've already invested in it. Those sunk costs will never come back. Now, the decision needs to be, do we continue the project and spend the other half of the budget and get something that is really not what we want? We're tying up our resources, we're investing more money, we are probably slowing down our portfolio progress because we're tying up resources who are not working on projects that would lead us to our strategic goal. And yet, people are very concerned about the fact that the money has been wasted because we cannot get anything back from it. It's a decision point, it's a discussion point, but ultimately, if you think the project is not viable anymore, isn't going to give you what you want, the money is gone. Forget about it. Move on, put the people onto something else. There is no point in throwing good money after bad. Sunk costs are very emotive because obviously, especially in smaller companies where money is tight, in any company where money is tight, and there is not a culture of embracing risk or taking chances, it may well feel that that money is truly gone, is truly wasted, and it was a bad decision. And that's the truth. The money has gone, it is a sunk cost, and perhaps it was a bad decision to go ahead with that project. Perhaps it was the perfect choice and something in the market has changed and now it's not a viable project anymore. Good project managers have very open and transparent conversations about this. Ultimately, the decision about whether to continue a project or not is not up to you, but it's something that you can talk to your project sponsor about if you feel that your project is no longer viable or that you can't deliver what you think the business is going to get value from. Sunk costs will come into the discussion. The more you know about them, the more you can argue the point for whether it's right or not right, and to continue the project very much depends on individual circumstances, but just be aware that these sunk costs do come into discussions and it is worth thinking about what you're going to do if somebody says the project needs to continue because we've spent money on it. Is that the right call? I don't think it is. What about you? I'll see you in my next video. Bye.